How do artists or labels choose which songs are going to be singles from an album or EP? Is there a secret method to figuring this out that nobody's telling you to get it right? And what if my first single does well? How do I choose the best follow-up? Well, if you've asked yourself questions like these, keep watching, because in this video, I'm sharing 3 tips that are going to help you choose the best singles from your album or EP or mixtape. Let's blast off and get started.
Can't stop with these boys from California.
Konnichiwa friends, I'm Jonathan Miller and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better indie artist. I make futuristic and outer space inspired dance pop music, and every Wednesday on this channel I'm helping others take their music to level 2. If that sounds good, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. If not, then good luck figuring this out yourself. Like I did. But trust me, after you've released like 30 singles in your career like I have, you start to learn what works and what doesn't. I don't want those mistakes happening to you, so hit the sub button and ring the bell thing. Alright, so first off, how do labels or other indie artists choose singles? And the answer is typically split into one of 2 ways. Most labels are going to focus on the market and a specific artist's fan base. The other part is the artist's choice themselves. Now this part holds more weight for us indie artists because we don't have a record label that we have to answer to. Which brings me to my first tip. Tip number 1. Balance pleasing your fans with pleasing yourself. One mistake I see a lot of indie artists do is they're always trying to constantly please their fans no matter what, and then they get burnt out and exhausted. And the quality of their music diminishes over time, which, by the way, your fans are not blind to. So if the first single from your album is one that you know your fans are gonna adore because you know them so well, maybe try releasing something different for your second single. Maybe it's that one that you were kind of thinking, oh, it'll probably just be an album filler even though you really, really love it. Or maybe it's that ballad that you put at the end of the record. Remember, part of being an artist is taking risks. I know, that's easier said than done, especially if you're new. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. But think about it this way. If you're spending all this time wondering what you're gonna do, you're not actually releasing something. You're not gonna know unless you try. Be open to experimentation. And if the single ends up not performing as well as you wanted, big whoop. Try again later. This is the most important thing about choosing singles. If the song sets your soul on fire, that's a hit record. Now on the flip side, tip number 2, know your audience. In kind of a contrast to my first point, yeah, sometimes you gotta play the game a little bit. But remember, you're indie, you can also do what you want. One of the greatest gifts about being an independent artist, especially right now, is indie fans love artistic freedom. You still need to stay on brand a little bit, and I would really advise against throwing an album together that has like 7 different genres on it. Then again, some people love that. Let's say your audience loves your happy song because it inspires them. Well, maybe choose a single that's also bright and happy and uplifting. If they love your breakup anthem, it's probably okay to release another breakup anthem. However, space it out. Which brings me to my next tip. Tip number 3, show your range. You do not want to release the same song over and over and over again. I spoke a little bit about this in my How to Select an Album Tracklist video, which there's a link in the description if you want to check it out. But choosing singles is all about peaks and valleys. If you've chosen your first single to be the big power ballad of your album, try releasing something higher on the energy scale as your follow-up single, or vice versa. Don't do what a lot of artists try to do, and that is capitalize on their one hit song. That hit was special. Let it be that song. Let it be your signature, whatever. Let it be that awesome song. Don't try to recreate it. Create something new. Because I get it. This song worked. Well, I need to write another song that's just like it because it'll work again, right? More times than not, it's probably not going to be a good idea. Plus, then you kind of get pigeonholed into one type of song, and as artists, that's not very fun. So with your album or EP, give yourself some freedom to show your range and abilities. It's okay. Your real fans will value that tremendously. Okay, a few last quick bonus tips, because I know some of you are asking. Albums typically get 1 to 3 singles depending on the success of them and the promo period. EPs tend to get 1 to 2 singles because they're shorter bodies of work, and mixtapes can vary, but I usually see them treated as albums, so I would say again, 1 to 3 singles is probably good, but that one is really up to your personal preference. So I hope you found these tips helpful on how to choose singles. Question of the video, What is the title of your next single, and what genre of music do you make? Leave me a comment below letting me know. If you want to check out my videos on how to choose your first single or how to select an album track list, there are links in the description below so you can check them out. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. See ya later!